Now, there's the traditional tale of Aladdin at Norwich and King's Inn, Mother Goose at Galston, but Hunstanton's got something a bit different for their panto season. The Hunstanton Festival players are putting their spin on Pinocchio. Tony Bishop plays Geppetto in the production. He joins me in the studio. And on the line, we have writer-director and Dame John Giller. John, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to speak with you.
What are you wearing at the moment, can I just ask you?
I'm not in my dame's costume, if that's what you mean.
Oh, that's what I was alluding to. Yes, that's right. But so just a little off-the-shoulder number.
Absolutely, yeah.
Off-the-shoulder number of burgundy and biscuit.
Something very comfortable to sit around in.
And Tony's here. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Stephen. Good afternoon.
Are you one who regularly treads the boards, then?
No, John's the one who regularly treads the boards.
So how did you get roped into this, then?
It was just one of those things I wanted to do, before it gets too late. So 2 years ago, I went along to an audition with John for last year's pantomime. And surprise to me, I got the part. And I'm doing it this year. So
here we go then, John. What sort of promise did you see in Tony when you did the audition? did you see a rising star in the making then?
Of course. The strange thing is, when you audition people, when I audition people, I don't get them to read from a script. I get them to do like a workshop style, so I get them to act scenarios, a bit sort of free-form. And that way I can actually see if people can actually act rather than just learn lines. And Tony really shone out as being someone who could actually be different characters, which was fantastic, really, for me as a director to cast people. So he got the part as the shoemaker in last year's Puss in Boots. He was the cobbler.
Yeah. Magical cobbler.
Yeah, of course.
So fill in your own joke there, your own one-liner. So Tony, are you sort of late coming to all this then? Is it something you've wanted to do but haven't really had the chance to do in the past?
I had the chance to do it at school, but that was it.
But that's funny. You say that, but despite being a fairly loud attention seeker as I am, I was always a bit too shy to actually get up on stage. Were you similar case?
I wasn't shy, but I never put myself forward for any of the lead parts. I was always in the background, behind stage or in the chorus. So it's taken quite a few years to pluck up the courage and actually do it.
And what about you, John? What's your history? When did you first start training the board to perform?
It was at school, a bit like Tony was saying. I got really involved in school, plays and what have you. Went to university and got involved with things to do with university shows and what have you. And that's where my career's gone, to acting and singing and drama, really. And that's what I do now as a profession.
But what happens with a lot of people, I think it might be fair to say, you may have seen this among your friends, there's that spark, that enthusiasm when children are about 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and it lasts until they get to about 14. As soon as they get over the 14, 15 mark, I don't know, something happens to them. I think it's called adolescence, and they become sort of withdrawn almost.
You're quite right.
But you managed to fight your way through all that, did you?
Yes, and actually, working with children, I teach children now, and you're right. When they get to that age where they become embarrassed.
That's it. Yeah.
It's the children that realise actually you can be somebody else on stage. You're not actually yourself, and when people come to watch you, you're playing somebody completely different. And actually, there's no embarrassment in that, because if something goes wrong, it's not you that's gone wrong; it's the character. So we've tried to instill that when we're doing any of our drama sessions. That the whole point of what you're doing is portraying something else. Rather than yourself.
So you teach a lot now, do you?
I do. I have my own drama academy, and we teach from 5-year-olds up to adults. So yes.
But was Tony easy? Bearing in mind he's here listening, was Tony easy to teach them? Is he easy to get on?
Tony's a dream. The lovely thing about Tony is he comes as already a singer, so that's quite good.
Oh right, I see. Yeah.
Which is always interesting. And then when I throw different songs at him, he says, "Oh no, I can't sing that," or "No, I can't sing that." But he's got some fantastic numbers this year, so do come along and watch him sing.
What have you got lined up then, Tony?
Well, fortunately enough, I was able to get out of doing puppet on a string, because I thought we'll leave that to the experts, Andy Shaw. But the replacement song that John gave me is Celebration, the Cool and the Gang number, which is great and something to really get going to.
Yeah, and you sort of get that bull by the horns with that one.
Oh, absolutely! You can really get your teeth into it, and obviously that will get the audience going as well.
Yeah, I'm just putting that into the machine to see if we can actually play that in just a few minutes. What other songs?
It won't be as good as Tony's version. Of course.
No, well, absolutely not. No. It's a cheap imitation.
Well, other songs, we've got Angels. What else we got, John?
Oh, we've got Octopus's Garden with the Beatles. We've got a bit of I'm trying to think now, trying to go through all the numbers. There's some the Wanted. There's some of the Wanted numbers in there. And there's quite a few numbers that should get people going.
So,
Definitely.
Well, and who plays Pinocchio?
Pinocchio's played by a young actor called Chloe Huggett. She's absolutely superb. She's one of my students, actually, and she's been with me for a year now, and she's absolutely brilliant. Very, 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 very capable young actor. Really clever. Plays it beautifully. She's really picking up now how to show it as becoming a real wooden sort of into this amazing human being that turns it at the end. You know.
Well, I was just wondering, is she actually a string puppet at the beginning? Then did you actually have one? Sorry, you don't.
No, she's not. She plays the part the whole way through, and she's actually brilliant when I'm operating her. We won't give away too much.
No,
she's very good, and so there's no puppets at all. It's all real life people.
Now, I seem to recall there being a couple of quite scary moments in Pinocchio as well. Did you keep those in? What have you got for the?
When I was writing, I was very, very conscious of not following the Disney story because that one's pretty well known. I tried to look at the original, and the original one's quite, very, very scary. Actually, there's some horrible parts in. I mean, Pinocchio gets burnt and parts in the original, and didn't use any of that, thankfully. But yes, we have some scary moments. There's some ghosty scenes and what have you, and of course we get swallowed up by a giant whale, and we're inside the giant whale's belly as well. So
I hate it when that happens.
yeah, unfortunately, that sort of thing happens if you jump overboard ship, and you land up in the water. Then a whale comes along and eats you all up. Yes.
Now I seem to remember while he was actually saying that, John. I seem to remember the two Ronnies did a very elaborate Christmas show special, which was based on Pinocchio. I don't know if you recall seeing it.
I don't know.
Do you, Tony? Do you remember seeing it?
I remember Ronnie Corbett dressed up as a puppet.
Yeah, I think that was it. But it was, if you're listening to this, you may well remember it. I just remember watching it thinking, I hope no children are watching this, because it just took it over the line. Something you weren't quite expecting from the two Ronnies, and it was like something Stephen King would have written.
Wow.
It's horrible.
No, John's toned it down, so it's great.
Quite,
it's ideal for everybody. And there's nothing scary really in it. I mean, there's the odd boo, but that's what you expect from Panto.
Yeah, of course. And who plays? Is it Jiminy Cricket? Who plays?
Well, we have a master cricket that's played by Mark Helsing, who's another actor we've been using for the past 2-3 years, and another very good young man. He's excellent.
And then there's our baddie, of course. Can't forget him.
Of course, if we don't mention John Wrigley on the radio, then we will get it in the neck when we rehearse on Monday. So he's how excellent. I mean, he really is a very, very good man.
You've got to have a baddie that everyone absolutely hates, loathes, and despises, and gets plenty of boos and hisses when they come up on the stage. Geppetto, what do you look like? What's your outfit? Your costume? There?
The outfit is really being a carpenter, really, which is basically his trade, a toy maker carpenter. It's quite a simple outfit. I mean, I have to be made to look an awful lot older than I actually am, of course. You know, with the grey hair and the beard and the moustache and everything like that. But it's basically just an apron. And boots and things like that. So I just look. No one will recognise me.
I'm frightened to ask you, John, about your costumes.
Well, do you know what? I must mention Jean as well. Jean Chamberlain, who's our costume designer. She is absolutely amazing, and she's made me 4 changes again this year, 4 costumes, 4 beautiful dresses. I mean, last year's costumes were amazing, but this year, some of them even light up this year with lights in. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic.
Be careful.
Very,
be very careful. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful production, and just the job, really, for Hans Stanton, isn't it? It's just like
It is, yes. And strange, last year, it was a sellout last year. We did 6 shows and absolutely sold out. And I was just speaking to one of the ladies that was selling our tickets today, and she was saying that Saturday and Sunday are getting very close to the sellout mark again already. It's amazing, really. People really want to come and see, a really good family fun pantomime, and we definitely put that on. That's what the whole thing about what we do is. It's not a huge, theatre. It's a nice size. Large town hall, and because of that, everybody is involved. Absolutely, everybody gets in on the joke and what have you. And of course, we have the same part where we have children come up on stage and we talk with them as well during the show. We really try to interact fully with the audience.
And something else you've got there in Hans Stanton is their heritage and the loyalty.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the locals are very loyal, and you know, they all come out in force. And having the panto between Christmas and New Year, when it's it's a little bit of a downtime after
of course
the time
it is,
at Christmas. It's something for people to look forward to. Come along and have a thoroughly good couple of hours. It's really good.
Look, John, almost time to wrap things up. So thanks very much for coming onto the programme.
Thank you for inviting us. It's very kind.
Looking forward to seeing the show. Looking forward to seeing the frocks, darling. See you later.
Thank you very much.
And Tony, what about performance times? When's it actually on then?
It starts the 20... Oh, you've got me now. The first show is at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, you got the flyer out of your back pocket now.
Sorry, that's Friday the 28th.
Right, okay.
And then it's Saturday afternoon and evening, 2 and 7 o'clock. Sunday afternoon and evening, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And then on Monday, which is New Year's Eve the 31st, we're having the one matinee show at 2 o'clock, and the class, having a bit of a party afterwards.
How many people are actually in it?
It's about 15 people who are actually on stage, plus dancers. There's backstage people.
15 plus dancers.
Yeah,
wow.
It's a big production. It's a big show, but it's done, in the town hall for the locals. It's a lovely show, and everyone will enjoy it.
It sounds fantastic. Thank you very much for coming to join us at BBC Radio Norfolk.
Thank you, Stephen. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been nice seeing you. I was going to tell you the last time...